That's the end of meeting one, and it didn't really go to plan. I'm going to have to change my plans for the top fields and make some changes all round, which isn't ideal. But we have another meeting next week and we'll see how that pans out. Here we go again, meeting number 2. Let's see what happens here.
A few moments later.
So now they want me to do some things that benefit the villagers as well as my farm. That's me all parked up for the third and final meeting. Let's see how this goes. I'm heading back down to the farm, and a lot of things have changed down here in recent weeks. Obviously, since the meeting started, I've had to make a few changes to keep the locals happy. And as you can see there's a glimpse of some of the work that's going on. I'll just get out of the car here. You'll see this is going to be some sort of parking bay or turnaround bay for people who use the church, and this is a bit more accessible and better to use, and they're currently working away on that. I've made plenty of changes to my field down here, and obviously put in some more sheds, which took a bit of time, and we used some timber to build them just like the other ones there, and now there's a lot more space, and it's definitely opened the area up. My plan for the rest of the field is to turn it into farmland, which I'm currently working on, and I've just extended the gravel round the back here to give me some space in the future. Another thing to note, I've already got someone working hard on turning this into a field that I can use, so that's being planted with soybeans currently as we speak. So recently I've had to scale back my ideas for the top field, and this is where I'm going to do my first animal project. It should be quite easy because I have experience building animal enclosures already. And this is where the chickens will be, and as you can see I've kept them quite close to the farm. We've also put in a bit of a hedge to fence it off, and we have got a tree line here as well, which is what the locals wanted to keep the farmland out from the rest of the village. So it's another day. I sorted out the chickens yesterday, so they are all in. The next thing I need to do is go and buy some seeds to feed them, because I don't want them starving. So I'm going to head to the shop and do that now. But here are the chickens. Very happy. I've got 1 rooster and 4 hens. I'm here in the tractor, and I just need to hook up to the trailer, and hopefully all the seeds I need should be at the shop. One thing Elizabeth told me to keep my eye out for was this sign here that she's put up on her farm. I can't see that. Whoa. That's sending a message to people, hopefully. I don't know if I'd have anything like that in my farm, but I suppose with hers being on the way to the shop, it makes the most sense. Back at the shop now, and I should be able to just fill this trailer up with these bags. I am hoping to do something with the pallets you can see there, because obviously the shop owner isn't happy with them being left about on the courtyard here, so I will look at sorting them out, because I do have some odd jobs to do around the farm. The bags are empty in there, and they're in the trailer. Now that's all the seeds I've got, I'm going to head back to the farm. Now you might be wondering, all this driving back and forth from the shop, how do the locals feel about it? It's not ideal, and they're not best pleased. They probably would appreciate it if I didn't have to drive through with all this heavy machinery, but I think for me it's the most convenient way to do things, hence why I do it. I could go out in my car, but I try to use that as little as possible. I suppose the only downside to Elizabeth's sign is you can't really see it when driving this way down the road, but I'm sure she's getting the message across. she's definitely got a lot more determination to upset the locals than me. I think from now on I just want to keep my head down and sort of focus on what I'm doing, because you know we're sort of getting up to halfway through the year, and I want to, you know, have my farm at its best. As you can see, the crop is growing nicely, and that should be ready to harvest at some point in a few months' time. Right, here comes the fun part, driving this in. Hopefully this should just tip and fill like so. There it goes, and that's the food being filled. I'm going to try and leave that in the trailer for now because I have nowhere else to put it. Just look at reversing this vehicle out. That is the trailer all parked up there. One of the last jobs I want to do today is sort through the pallets I have here of the honey. I think what I'm going to do is store it behind the forklift here, because I don't really have anywhere else to put it. And obviously the sooner this is moved, the better, because then it has more room for me to store up the honey. Now I am looking in where's the best place to sell these pallets, and that's all going to be in due course. It's a bit finicky using this. First time using a forklift. It's not too bad, and obviously I'm not transporting them too far. Just going to place them here at the back of the shed, and they'll sit there nicely. Obviously I've got a nice little workbench for myself there now. Like I said, I've been making some improvements over the weeks, just to make this feel a little more like home. Something else I want to look into is grass cutting. I have plenty of fields with grass on, so it'd be good to make use of that, and I'm thinking to bale them and then put the bales in the old shed at the top field, because I can't really do much else with that space. That pallet there on the top shelf, I will leave that for today because I can get more jars on that pallet, and that will be the true test using the forklift all the way up there, and I dread to think the day that I have to go any higher than that. One thing I do need to look into is probably a lorry or some sort of transport, a van, that would really help move those pallets about, but for now they can sit there and the forklift can be parked up in front of them. And that's parked in the shed there. I know that Clive, the neighbouring farmer who's down there, is working really hard to get the farmers market approved. Whether that happens or not, we'll see. I'm keeping my head down, like I say. I want to focus on my farm and my profit, and hopefully that'll benefit me in the long run. It's a lovely summer's morning here, and I just wanted to see if my chickens have produced eggs, which they have. That's fantastic news. So we've got eggs, and this will definitely benefit the farm going forward.